Always.
Yeah.
Hi, it's 3 p.m. Hello everybody, good evening. こんにちは。そしておはようございます。Yes.
Dude, I drank
Okay,
that
that's what
coffee.
we studied in the last class, how to greet each other. So, good morning is Ohayo. I said konnichiwa first, and then I said Ohayo because I'm doing this for people all over the world. So, some people might be watching from Japan. In Japan, it's like 4 a.m. right now, so it's appropriate to say Ohayo. And here we say konnichiwa. And when it's like after 5 or 6, when it's dark outside, we say konbanwa. Okay? So this is how we start at the beginning. Minasan means everybody. Hello. Minasan. Konnichiwa. そして Ohayo gozaimasu. So I just said hi, hello, everybody. Hello and good morning. So I'm covering everybody from all over the world. Okay, I'm just broadcasting this TV to the world, not just to people in New York. So, okay, happy Memorial Day, and I hope everybody is safe and positive and creative. Okay, so that's what we say here. We are staying creative, positive, and then healthy. All right, so today is our 5th class. I'm happy that the more we do, the more people we're getting. The viewers, and I said if you missed any of our last classes, you can still go to our YouTube channel and find the classes there. Okay, and or you can go to our website as well. The izakaya.nyc is where you can find all the information. I usually spend first 5 minutes to talk about any updates at our restaurant, any news. So today the news is, so we were doing this contest, merchandising collaboration contest, because we think it's very important at this time for us to collaborate, to help each other with our fans, with our friends. So we are given this opportunity for you guys to send us the design for our new merchandising, because we sold out of all of our old merchandise. It's time for us to get new ones. So we were asking for your designs. You can the due date was over, but then we just realized it was such a short time. We got some applications, some designs already submit, but then I think it's better for us to get more, and then I think everybody should join this exciting project. Your design could be on our t-shirt or on anything that you want to do. So we just extended the deadline. Now new deadline, we are gonna announce it, but then we are still collecting. We are still asking for a design for our new merchandising contest. And the winner is going to win 1 year free chicken namban. Is our signature fried chicken with the sweet and sour sauce and with the homemade tartar sauce on top. So that's a big, big award. You should try to win. I can eat chicken namban every day. Even after 5 years of serving at this restaurant, I still love that food. So, okay, so let's, and then another news that we wanted to talk today. We are serving this iced coffee still. It's kind of getting warm outside, and I think it's time for iced coffee. So we have this amazing barista, my favorite guy here. Every day, we close on Tuesday, so every day but Tuesday. And he's usually here from 12, and we serve the coffee. But he said he can be earlier if anyone wants to come earlier. So what's special about his coffee? So he's like a serious Japanese barista, and he hates people starting from getting all these fancy tools to make coffee. He used this cheapest pot because he thinks that's the best pot to make the best coffee. And he thinks Japanese coffee should be something that people can enjoy more than a cup. It's something that you want to drink more and more. That's the Japanese coffee for him, and then that's what we drink. When we go to Kissaten, it's like a Japanese cafe. We sit and then maybe we study, and we spend so long time there. And then those servers are looking at your cups, and then they're gonna refill your coffee. So we drink a lot of coffee. So that's the coffee we're serving here. I hope everybody gets to try. And the Ninja iced coffee. So the iced coffee here is very special too. So this guy, Tetsu, is also a bartender, professional bartender. So he knows how to make this amazing, like a clear, pure ice with no dirty thing inside. So it's called Ninja Ice Coffee because it's called Ninja Ice that's in the iced coffee. It's the clear ice that's in the coffee, so you can't even see the ice. So that's the Ninja Ice Coffee we have here, and yeah, it's amazing. So it's a beautiful ice. You get to just enjoy seeing the ice. It's beautiful. He just he does it like by hand, and then it's not by machine. So every day he carves the ice with the knife, and it's just beautiful iced coffee called Ninja Ice Coffee. So those are the news for this week, and I'm gonna start talking about. Hi, hello. Yeah, I can see comments on live today, so you can ask me any questions as I go, and I try to answer any of your questions. So don't forget to say hi in Japanese, konnichiwa, and then if you're from Japan, if you're watching from any other country, just try to say either ohayo in the morning or konbanwa is good evening, and konnichiwa is hello. And then I also taught the most casual way to say hi, or maybe it's like what's up, like something that you just pass, like you just ran into your friends on the street. What should you say? Instead of what's up, you should just say os, O-S-S-U. And this can be used in any time of the day. It's very useful. I say that all the time. Os, O-S-S-U. Super casual. You don't want to say that to your boss. But to your friends, that's how you should speak. And people in America, they just like to friends, they're like, what's up, and how are you, da 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 da. And I always hated to hear if someone just say to me, what's up, how are you, and I say I'm good, and then they say to me, I like your shoes. And then in America, it's kind of nice for me to also find something that I like about those people, and then I have to say I like your da 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 too, even though I don't like anything about it. It's just like the American way of greeting, and then I'm not good at that. But we don't do that in Japan. You don't need to say I like your T-shirt too. You don't need to say something that you're not even thinking. So that's a difference. So we just say os, that's okay. And how are you? We say, instead of like how are you, you can say genki desu ka? Genki desu ka sounds more formal. If you want to just be super casual, just say genki. The way we make questions is same in English. Just go like this, like the sound, the ending sound just go up. So it's question now. So genki. And then how you answer it, just say genki. So if you're good, you just say genki. Okay? Or if you're not that good, well, this is super my way of saying I am good. Zekkocho is like super good. It cannot be better than this. So zekkocho, and then I always say, whenever anybody asks me how are you, genki, and I say zekkocho. It's like more than genki, more than good. It cannot be better than this. So I just want to show everybody I'm always good by saying zekkocho, zekkocho, zekkocho. Or if you're not that good, if you're really bad, just say, it's like the opposite of zekkocho is zekkucho, zekkucho. And in the last class, you can still, you can watch my last class. And just see the spelling on the board, and then you can stop it there if I'm too fast. But I only have 1 hour, so I try to be as time efficient as possible. So, but yeah, it's extra. And then so, which we say a lot in Japanese language because we are not sure about ourselves. So we just say mama, genki, and then you say mama. That's the safest way to go, to say mama. But if you ask me, I always say zekkocho, I'm always genki. Okay? And say bye is sayonara, which we don't use much. But I think a lot of people already know this word somehow. I think you guys learned somewhere else, but we don't use that much. I want to teach something that people actually use in the daily life. So sayonara is like kind of like a formal way of saying bye-bye, but It just sounds kind of to me very sad, and I don't want to hear sayonara because I feel like this person is not gonna see me anymore. That's how it sounds like to me. So instead, what do you say? Otsukare-sama is a good word to remember. Otsukare-sama is when you're done with something and you're about to go home, and then you just say Otsukare-sama, means you must be tired, and then that's how we say bye instead of just saying bye-bye like sayonara. Otsukare-sama. And this works in a workplace, or this works also in school. This works in a lot of different occasions, and it's really useful. Otsukare-sama. And you also know how to make anything sound more formal by adding deshita at the end of the sentence. So if you want to be formal, if you want to say this otsukare-sama to your boss, you just add the deshita at the end. So otsukare-sama deshita, otsukare-sama deshita. Okay, that's a Japanese way of saying bye-bye. And okay, for those who missed the last classes, this is our 5th class, but I always say the most important thing when learning new language is to know that the language, or Japanese specifically, is not as difficult as you think. Why? It's because you already know a lot of words. We have this alphabet in Japanese called katakana. Katakana is the alphabet that we use for those imported words from outside the country. And you just kind of need to know how to pronounce this English word in katakana way so that we can understand. And check my 3rd class, I talked about a lot of katakana vocabularies that you already should know. So, remember that you know a lot of words already, you just need to know the basic, or you just need to know how to make a sentence with those vocabularies that you already know. Don't give up. I think it's very important to know that it's not that difficult. It's not as difficult as you think. Okay, and also the greet on the phone. This only works when you're on the phone with somebody else. The way we say hello on the phone is moshi moshi, moshi moshi. Okay. Okay, and then I talked about how you can make reservation in Japanese with us or with any other Japanese restaurant. So you start with saying moshi moshi, hello, and then you tell what time you want to get a table and how many people. You know how to say today is kyou, kyou, and then you just, I don't teach how to count, how to write hiragana because it's something that you can learn at home. I don't want to waste my time teaching those things. I want to teach something more useful. So ji, so 3 is san. So kyou, sanji, and then say nimei for 2 people. Yoyaku is reservation, yoyaku. And then you know how to say please, onegai shimasu, onegai shimasu. So kyou, sanji, nimei, yoyaku, onegai shimasu. I just said, can I make a reservation at 3 p.m. for 2 people today? Okay, it's easy. And you can also add something nicer, like tanoshimi desu means I am very excited. And then you should finish the phone by saying yoroshiku onegai shimasu means yoroshiku onegai shimasu is another way of saying thank you, but in advance. Okay, Japanese people use this yoroshiku onegai shimasu a lot. When you're asking anybody for a favor, just say yoroshiku onegai shimasu. That's how you ask people nicely. So don't forget to say that. We always say that. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Right? And then I also talked about some like the vocabularies that you can use when you're eating something, some flavor profile. We have 5 flavors universally. And the first one is sweet, is amai, amai, sweet, amai. Salty, shoppai, shoppai. And bitter, nigai. Sour, suppai, sour, suppai. Umami, umami. It's a Japanese word and it's considered to be the 5th flavor, universal 5th flavor. And spicy or hot, same, karai, karai. Okay, I told these words because I want you guys to be able to make some comments on the food that you eat at this restaurant or at any other restaurant, but then I want to hear you telling me how this food is in Japanese. You know how to say these already, so you should be able to kind of already make some comments. And then I also said in the last class, Japanese people are very, very strict when judging something. The good example for that is on the Yelp, you find a lot of 4-star or even 5-star sometimes, but then you don't find those 4 or 5 stars on Japanese Yelp called like Taberogu or something like that. So, you know, they're very strict graders, they're very strict critiques. So you can be strict on anything in Japan, they understand you, but you don't need to force yourself to say anything good. So, but you can just make some, make some sentence using these with the adjectives. And then I also say you can combine any of these two to make, some foods are sweet and salty. Then it's amashoppai. Good example of this. And then this is very famous, popular flavor in this country for some reason. Why? Is this teriyaki sauce that you guys all know and you guys all like. Teriyaki is made out of what? Sugar and soy sauce. Sugar is sweet and soy sauce is shoppai. So together is this amashoppai. And this is a very, very famous and like everybody's favorite flavor. That's amashoppai. And sweet and sour is amasuppai. And this is also another very popular flavor. I think everybody likes. 学生に甘いです。Okay, and amasuppai, we like this flavor ourselves too. So we have a lot of amasuppai food here, and everybody loves it. For 5 years, it's our signature dish called chicken nambang. We fry the chicken, dip that into sweet and sour sauce. So it's amasuppai sauce. Why amasuppai is basically is a lot of sugar and then a lot of vinegar together to make it amasuppai flavor. And then on top is the homemade tartar sauce. That's our signature dish called chicken nambang. Nambang means Europe. Chicken nambang means chicken Europe. So it's like our take of European style fried chicken. And it is our signature dish at Izakaya for 5 years. This restaurant just had a 5-year anniversary, and then we are here still, fortunately. So, okay, I'm a spy. And sweet and spicy, sounds very weird because though these two flavors are opposite to each other. But we have something like that, amakarai. So it's easy to combine these two together. You just need to use those first ama shoppa and then combine two e at the end. That's how you combine these two adjectives together to make one adjective. Amakarai, amakarai. It's just hard to think about the example right now, but we should have something here too. So let's move on. I think maybe Japanese curry can be sweet and then spicy. So that's maybe a good example for amakarai. Japanese food in general cannot be that spicy. We have some amasa, like some sweetness too, to make some nice balance. And then also, like Japanese food to me is all about the balance. Desserts is a good example. It's not too sweet, but then it has some nice bitterness to make some nice dessert. So you don't get tired of eating it. You just can finish our pudding. It has nice sweetness. So of course, it's a pudding. Pudding, by the way, is like a flan. A lot of people, I was surprised. I thought pudding is an English word, but then people don't know what the pudding is. They ask me all the time. So pudding is like a Japanese flan. So we have Izakaya style pudding. We do have it now too, so you should try it. And then you understand what I mean by making some good balance between bitterness and sweetness. So the body of the pudding is sweet, and then the caramelized sugar that's on top that covers the pudding is like almost like black. It's about to be burned or something. It's before it gets burned, so it's very bitter. but we make that very bitter on purpose. So because to make a good balance with the body, that's sweet. So it's like amai and nigai, and that makes pudding oishii. Right? Alright, and also talked about some cultural difference when gifting your friend or a present, or when me serving food to the customer. I take the American way of serving, but in Japan they take a different way of serving or gifting. They say in Japan, when you want to gift anyone, don't say this is the best thing I've found. Don't say this is gonna be amazing, you will love it. But instead, please say, つまらないものですが、つまらないものですが、受け取ってください. So basically, the translation for this, つまらないものですが means this is very boring. I hope you take it. Please take it. That's the Japanese way of gifting or serving. Okay? Don't say, this is amazing, this is the best, this is, you're gonna love it. That's my way, that's maybe an American way of gifting or serving. But that's you know, not the right way to do it in Japan. So you know how to do that now. Okay, so that was it for the last class, and then I'm gonna go on to today's topic. All right. Okay. So I keep the you already know a lot of nouns and a lot of adjectives, and you know how to make sentences with those words together. And today I just some people requested me more like restaurant related vocabularies or something that they can use in the restaurant. So I just thought maybe it's good to teach today some vegetable, some the way you know some of the ingredients that we use in Japanese: vegetables, meat, and fish, and fruits. But again, a lot of time, if you know how to pronounce Japanese katakana words in Japanese way, they might understand just saying instead of apple, say apple. Then they should understand. So don't be overwhelmed. It's not that difficult, but then I'm gonna be teaching today hiragana words instead. But if you forget, try to learn from me or from anywhere else how to say in katakana way, so that they can understand, right? All right. So the vegetable, how to say vegetables is yasai. Okay, and you know how to ask, do you like? I mean, you know how to say I love or I like. Suki, and you know how to make that question by just going up in the end. So just say, do you like vegetable? You can say yasai suki. How easy is that? It's just two vocabularies together. You're already asking how do you like vegetable. And how to answer this? Very easy. Just repeat the question, but don't go up at the end. Yasai suki, and then you just say I like vegetable. Okay. Potato in Japanese. Potato. No. Potato is the katakana way of saying potato, but then in Japanese way, true Japanese way is imo. 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 Maybe if you're familiar with this Japanese cuisine, you should know this thing called potato salad. I just say potato salad in Japanese katakana way, potato salad. That's a lot of time on the menu at the Izakaya, which we also do. Not right now, but then usually we do have this potato salad. It's like a Japanese style mashed potato that's mashed. Imo. Yeah, potato. So it's the imo that's mashed, and usually with the Japanese mayonnaise, and Japanese mayonnaise are delicious, and by QP it's the best mayonnaise with a lot of things inside, so that's why it's delicious. We have a lot of people carrying those 3 or 5 mayonnaise tubes in their backs, and then we call those people mayora. So, like a mayonnaise people, mayora. And those people love mayonnaise, and they just get the mayonnaise out of their bag, and then they put it on anything. And then everything gets more delicious with the mayonnaise. So that's the power of Japanese Kewpie mayonnaise. And then the potato salad usually has that inside with some maybe cucumber. It has a lot of different styles, but the classic would be just a potato that's mashed with the Japanese mayonnaise and some vegetables inside. And the cabbage, I wanted to teach this cabbage. I think I already did in the previous class when I was talking about these katakana words. Cabbage is kabetsu. Okay, so one of the easiest way to make that word to Japanese katakana is to speak as slow as possible. So say cabbage very slowly, cabbage, and we don't try to be too fluent. Just put the strong emphasis at the end. Kabetsu. That's how we say. Kabetsu. Cabbage is kabetsu. Okay. And the carrot. I'm teaching these major vegetables that go into a lot of Japanese food. Carrot. We have a lot of dish with the carrots inside. Carrot is ninjin. Ninjin. Or in katakana, if you forget how to say in Japanese, the way you should say carrot in katakana, speak as slow as possible and put the strong emphasis at the end. Carrot. And most people in Japan would understand you, okay? Right? Carrot. Scallion, I added this here too because in Japanese, a lot of Japanese cuisines has a lot of scallions on top. Scallion is negi, N-A-G-I, negi. And okra is another good example in Japanese is okura. So it's in katakana, okura. Okra is too good. Just make that English little like Japanese by speaking it slowly and putting more emphasis on each sound. Okura. Okay. And two other vegetables. That's very important to know. A lot of Japanese food has some garlic and ginger, and that's very important to know. So garlic is niku. Niku. Or if you forget, garlic. Most people would understand. Garlic. Ginger. Shouga. Okay, so that should be enough vegetables to know because these are the vegetables that I thought about when I think about Japanese cuisines. These are like a major vegetable that go into a lot of Japanese cuisine. So now let's move on to meat. Meat in Japanese is niku. Okay, and so what kind of niku you want? What kind of niku you like? So I guess these should be enough. We have four kinds of niku here. Chicken in Japanese, tori niku. Or chicken. Okay, that's how you say chicken. Tori niku. I always wonder why chicken is chicken when it's meat. Because the the vocabulary for meat like beef and pork, beef is a meat of cow. We don't say cow. Chicken is chicken. There's no word for another word for chicken meat. So I don't know. It's okay. Chicken. And beef is a meat of so it's a gyuniku. 牛肉 牛肉 pork is a meat of pig. Pig in Japanese is buta. So, buta, 肉. We love pork in Japan. We eat a lot of pork dish, and tonkatsu is most like maybe number one pork dish for me, and a lot of people love that too. It's like a deep fried breaded pork. It's called tonkatsu. Tonkatsu. And the next one is lamb. I added this meat because we have a restaurant called Dr. Clark in Chinatown that's open for delivery and pickup. It's one of my another place in Chinatown that opened on the day that this shelter-in-place started. So we couldn't really open to public, and I can't wait to show everybody show that space. So anyway, that restaurant is about Hokkaido, where I am from. Sapporo City is the capital of Hokkaido, where I'm from. Is known for this dish called Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. We eat a lot of lamb in Hokkaido. Genghis Khan is the lamb barbecue. So lamb in Japanese is ramu. For those who joined just now, I'm teaching Japanese, something that you cannot learn anywhere else. It's the most, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, and then I'm encouraging everybody not to give up. It's because you already know a lot of words in Japanese. You just need to know how to pronounce it in katakana way. Katakana is the alphabets for words that's imported from outside Japan. So lamb is a good example. It's just say super slowly and put emphasis on each word. Ramu means lamb. Ramu. You can even add niku at the end. Ramu niku, then it's more Japanese. Niku is meat. Ramu niku. Okay. Oh, so egg is not even a meat, but then I add it here because we use a lot of egg as well. So egg in Japanese is tamago. Okay, chicken, 鶏肉, and beef, 牛肉, and pork, 豚肉, and lamb, ラム, katakana. Okay, if you forget any of these words, you just try to pronounce those vocabulary as slow as possible. Most people in Japan would understand beef, but not beef. Beef or pork. Forget about L and R in Japanese. We don't have that difference, so you just try to be as flat as possible and as slow as possible. Most people would understand you what you're saying. Right? Egg, tamago. Alright, so let's move on to next category is fish, which is my most favorite category. I prefer fish to meat. Maybe because I'm from Hokkaido, it's the island with a lot of oceans, and we have most flesh, like all these seafoods there. It's a heaven. So I grew up eating a lot of seafood. And fish in Japanese is sakana. Sakana. Tuna. I added this one because it's one of the most loved fish when talking about sushi. Tuna is maguro. Or if you forget maguro, you can say not tuna but tsuna. But be careful. For some reason, when I say tsuna, when we say tuna in Japanese language, people would think that as this canned tuna. That's how we call that canned tuna. We say tsuna. But maguro is more for like an actual fish that you eat as sashimi or sushi. So I mean, if you forget, you can still say, and they will understand. But tsuna is usually like I say, it's a canned tuna or some cheap tuna. That's the tuna for me. And yellowtail is like maybe second famous sushi fish, and it's hamachi. Okay, and then salmon, I always add these katakana words, and salmon is one of them. salmon, salmon. Or in a true like a Japanese way, well, salmon is enough. Everybody knows salmon, so it's okay. Or maybe sake. I didn't want to teach you sake because sake to you or for us it's confusing. Sake is the nice wine that we all love. So let's just not say that now for now. Just remember it as a salmon. Fish eggs. I always like to add Hokkaido dialect. So this here, there is no other way of calling fish egg. They would just say fish egg. Like fish is sakana and egg is tamago, sakana no tamago. That's how people from outside Hokkaido would just call it because there's no one vocabulary to say that. But in Hokkaido, maybe because we are grown up, we grown up with eating with a lot of fish. We have one specific word. So this works only in Hokkaido is kokko. Kokko, and most maybe famous kokko here that you guys all love is ikura. Ikura is one type of kokko. Kokko is any type of fish egg. And this is a Hokkaido dialect we always use. I use that all the time, so you should know that because I might just recommend you guys to order kokko and then you have no idea what it is. Even Japanese people, they don't know. So I'm teaching here to everybody. Kokko. Okay, so and the last category is the fruits. Fruits in Japanese is kudamono. 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 Or you can also say in katakana, fruits, fruits. Okay. Orange, 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 katakana. Super slowly, speak as slow as you can, and put more emphasis on each sound. Don't go orange or the no L and R. Forget about it. As slow and as flat as possible. So orange. Grape can also be in katakana, but we always say budou. Budou. B-U-D-O. Budou. Apple. Ringo, or apple in katakana way. Pineapple is pine. Pine. That's it. Just take the first part of pineapple, pine. Then that means pineapple. Oh shit. Pine. And then pear. Pear is nashi. 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 Okay, so these are the vocabularies that should be enough for you guys to cover almost all the foods that we have in this restaurant Izakaya. I thought about these vocabularies, thinking about what goes a lot of time into Japanese food. So that was the vocabulary for today. And the next thing I wanted to teach or talk about today was different types of noodle. I assume that you all know ramen. I was very surprised when I was a student upstate. I went to school upstate, University upstate. And one person asked me this question that was very interesting. He asked me, what kind of ramen is sushi? So the ramen is not a sushi. So, sushi is the rice and fish, but I guess you guys the people watching this should already know the difference between sushi and ramen. It's totally different thing. I couldn't answer to that question because those two are totally different things. So It's not ramen is not sushi. So ramen is a one type of noodle that you guys all love. And so I just wanted to talk about some different type of noodle in Japan that we have. Okay, ramen. Okay, it's very popular here too, and in Japan is a big thing. I'm not a ramen master or professional, but then one thing I know for sure is the best ramen for me in New York is by Keizo. I think he was watching this before, but he's not here anymore. But then I wanted to tell all of you guys to try his ramen. Not right now, but then I think he's working on like making some ramen kit that you can enjoy at home. But yeah, that's the best ramen in New York for me. Okay, and the first word under ramen category that I wanted to teach is tonkotsu. And then I even added the emphasis here in O, because I've heard a lot of people are misunderstanding, confused maybe with this word tonkatsu. Tonkatsu I already talked about is pork cutlet, and we have this sandwich called katsu sandwich. So don't get confused between these two words. These two mean total different thing. Tonkatsu is the deep cutlet, and then with the O, tonkotsu is pork bone broth. So yeah, don't go to a ramen store and then say I want tonkatsu ramen. There is no such thing. They don't put tonkatsu on inside the ramen. That's disgusting. So, but then I hear all the time. So that's why I'm teaching here to be clear what you're saying. Right, tonkotsu. And then the next type of broth. I'm just talking about famous broth, not covering everything. But paitan is a thick chicken broth, and this is also another popular. When you're not a big fan of tonkotsu, it's the very thick pork broth. You should try this type called paitan. It's the thick chicken broth. And then another one is the chintang. Chintang is clear chicken broth, and this is my favorite style, and this is what we serve at Izakaya at 6th Street, our original location on 6th between 1st and 2nd. We deliver that too, and it's a delicious ramen. Chintang is the clear chicken broth, so it's the broth is clear compared to this paitan that's thick and creamy. Okay, so these three are popular broth types in ramen. Tonkotsu, not tonkatsu. Don't say tonkatsu, please. And paitan and chintang. Okay. And I also wanted to talk about different flavors of ramen. So I just talked about the broth. Now I'm gonna talk about the different flavors for ramen. Alright. So the my favorite, I added it. I put it on the top. Is because this is my favorite flavor for the ramen is miso ramen. I'm from Sapporo. Sapporo is a big miso ramen area. We all love miso ramen. Okay, shoyu is the soy sauce based. So shoyu ramen, which we serve at 6th Street right now with this clear chicken broth chintang, and it's like a classic shoyu ramen that we all miss. Like it's classic. Some people call it Tokyo style, but it's the chintang that's clear chicken broth with shoyu, soy sauce, and shio is salt. So this I also like that a lot. And then in Hokkaido we also have this city called Hakodate that's known for the shio ramen. Shio ramen, people like it. I like it too. Is because it's very difficult to make anything that delicious just using shio, right? Miso and soy sauce very strong. So you can kind of cover the bad thing of the broth just by adding a lot of miso or shoyu. But the shio ramen is all about the broth. So my favorite type of shio ramen would be like because it's in Hakodate, it's like a lot of seafood, fresh seafood, and those like seafood based broth. so much power into it, and then nice and clean, so it's not fishy. Then with the shio, that's it. But that's like I don't know if anyone here has the. I mean, my favorite ramen again is the Keizo, and he makes the amazing shio ramen. So that's amazing. You should try. But yeah, that's another type, and so that's about the ramen for today. I'm not the ramen master again. I need to talk more things today. And udon, I think it's getting trendy. I don't know, like I just started seeing more udon stores in New York, and I wanted to talk about this as a producer of this an amazing udon restaurant in Brooklyn called Hanon, Hanon. And I got an opportunity to be a producer of that restaurant in Brooklyn called Hanon, Hanon, and they make everything fresh, and every day they just make fresh noodle. And then another thing that's amazing about them, they have this noodle called sasauchi. They have this noodle that's green. It's because they add this sasa powder. Sasa is known to be one of the healthiest leaves, and they add that into the udon noodle because sometimes people think udon is not as healthy as soba. Soba has this buckwheat, that's why the color you see it's not white. So that's the difference. With soba is more thinner than udon is thicker. And udon, I think I already talked about in the previous class. The important thing about udon is to have this nice koshi, is like al dente kind of thing, texture in the noodle, koshi. But yeah, so you don't want to make that noodle too soft, and it's a thick noodle, so cook it maybe in the right timing and don't overcook. So that's the udon, and you all should go try Hanon. You'll be amazed by how fresh their broth is, and noodle is amazing. And sasa is known to be one of the healthiest leaf greens you can have, and it's amazing that you're eating like delicious udon, and then at the same time it's super healthy. And soba has this buckwheat, it's thinner, and it's different type. The broth is kind of similar to the udon. Yeah, I have like 10 more minutes, so I'm gonna just go a little faster. So, and then yakisoba is it's like a stir-fried soba noodle. Yaki means grill or saute. So yakisoba, I wanted to talk about this here because this restaurant called Dr. Clark that I'm part of has this Genghis Khan is the ramu, the lamb barbecue lamb is ramu. I already taught. So it's the marinated lamb that goes into yakisoba. It's super delicious, special in Hokkaido style that you can order for delivery from Dr. Clark. Okay. Yakisoba is like a stir-fried soba noodle. And then mazemen is like any soupless noodle with and then you just mix it. Mazeru means mix, so mazemen is like a mixed noodle. And then I think there's one or two mazemen stores in New York right now. It's really good. It's like a different new take on ramen, and it's a new thing that's really delicious too. And then the last one is Napolitan. Napolitan, you know the word already, but you don't know what it's the Japanese ketchup-based spaghetti that we all love. You all should try. And what makes that Japanese is it's not just the ketchup. It's not like we are using ketchup because we can the tomato is too expensive. Let's just use the ketchup. It's not that. It's ketchup with a lot of different things that goes in. Like soy sauce or sake, depends on your preference. But that's what makes this dish super delicious and super Japanese. And a lot of kissaten, like a Japanese cafe, offers this spaghetti dish called Napolitan. If you don't know, if you haven't tried, you should. And it's not the category or famous category that everybody knows, but I also wanted to point out something that we do, or just kind of like an advertisement. Excuse me from advertising maybe too much, but We do this thing called ramen spaghetti. So we use ramen noodle and then cook it like a spaghetti, and which is our very very popular style of dish that we serve at this restaurant Izakaya. Why I started doing this category, and this is kind of my main point that I wanted to point out. I wanted everybody to know ramen is a broth that takes, you know, like a day or two, maybe sometimes. Even some people spend even 3 days to just make the broth. I want everybody to know that. It is super hard work that's put in to make the broth. And then after that, they make tare. Tare is like the sauce that they put into, like shoyu tare or miso or shio. And that's another work. So to just make one bowl of ramen, I want everybody to know how much work is involved. So I never say, when somebody from Japan or when anybody from Japan say to me, I think ramen is overpriced or too expensive in this country, I say, no. To me, some pasta is overpriced. I don't understand why something that takes only maybe at the most 3 hours or 5 hours to make some meat sauce. But you know, ramen, you're talking about one or 2 days just to make that one bowl of ramen. So I wanted to mention this today because you know, it's not overpriced and it's a piece of work, art that's put in to make one bowl of ramen. So we made this category ramen spaghetti kind of to make people think we can serve this ramen spaghetti for $20. Nobody complained. It's because we are using that word spaghetti. People don't mind spending $30 on pasta. It's because of the image of the words that everybody has is expensive. So I don't want people to complain on $20 bowl of ramen when pasta is $30 and nobody complains, because the work that's put in to make the soup is way more than any other things, okay? So we have this thing called ramen spaghetti. It's a new category, yeah. All right. And I take requests from any one of you. Just tell me what you want to learn, what you want to know. And last time someone just made, someone requested me to talk about some sake, and I was very excited about talking basic about it. So you know, you can just kind of know and then should be able to tell which sake is the one you want to get. But I guess I'm kind of running out of time. So today I'm just gonna be finishing up with talking about this original sake that you can only get at our restaurant. So this is the sake. Our original sake is called Sake for a Relaxing Day. I really think you all should join our mailing list so you get to know everything that we do. We do so many things that, you know, more than you guys think. We are more than a restaurant, but we are like a place for community. That's what I say. Anyway, look at this cute bottle. This sake is only purchasable at our restaurant on 6th Street, Izakaya on 6th Street. That's our original location. I'm at our second location on 4th Street. But if you haven't tried this sake, you should try it. It's called Sake for a Relaxing Day. And when this brewery approached us and say, let's make our original sake, and I said, yeah, let's make something fun and then something that's easy for people to understand. You know, a lot of time I serve the sake and then they ask me, I want dry sake, and then I serve the dry sake, and then they go, oh, this is amazing, sweet sake. So I mean, a lot of time they can't even tell the difference between sweet and dry. So I said maybe it's not a good idea to make sake and sell the sake by the flavor. But then instead I wanted to make some sake that we can sell depending on the mood of the day. That's how this sake was made. Sake for a relaxing day. You ask me, I ask you, what kind of day are you on today? On a Memorial Day? On this beautiful day outside? I have a sake for you. That's this sake called Sake for a Relaxing Day. I hope you're gonna have a nice relaxing day today with this bottle of sake. Not open today, but you can order it tomorrow. I'm sorry, that was a bad ending, but oh yeah. But and also it's in a clear bottle. That's kind of amazing for sake because you know they usually use green or dark bottle, is because they are scared of sunshine goes inside and. But then to us it was very important to have it in clear bottle to make it more like a natural wine, and then people just, for those who don't know, they can just just choose from the design of the bottle. It's just cute. And also I think sake to me when I was younger had this like a manly like image, like a drink for adults, and then that's one of the reasons why I was kind of hesitant to drink this try the sake. But so the idea of this sake was, let's try to make the sake as cute as possible, as young as possible, as girly as possible, and then it's just that's how this sake was made. But it is relaxing. It tastes relaxing too. So. And we're selling these sake or any other sake for the best price in town. So you can try delicious food with the most reasonably priced sake bottles. And it's 1 hour and thank you. Thank you, bye, sayonara, or